Today I've been checking out Golden Lap, which comes out on the 26th of September for $12.99 on Steam. Golden Lap is a motorsport managerial game set in the 70s, which some say is the golden age of racing, where death was just part of the sport. It was quick, it was exciting, accidents happened, and everyone had a great mustache. Gameplay wise, you can do a single race or you can do a full championship season, and it even has full mod support built in. The mods are generally adding real teams, driver names, and you can play around with the years of the cars. So like I was playing one from the 80s with like Senna and stuff in it. Now I reviewed GT Manager the other day, which was nothing but a disappointing game from top to bottom. This is pretty much the opposite. When you start the season, you can pick from several teams, each with their own expectations. You can pick from a massive roster of drivers, and what I did like here is there is a bit of a decision because it's not just stats and traits that make a driver, there's also experience. So some will have years and years of experience, some will be cheaper, but they might be like an emerging talent, which I really liked. There was that decision to make. You can choose between a balanced car, experimental, or play it safe, with all the stats obviously going up and down depending on that. And then off you go into the season. You can't really change much in the menus outside racing. There's not a lot of other gameplay elements. You can build new chassis, handling and engine parts, or upgrade the parts you have. Obviously building them will usually make them quicker and better, but they could be less reliable. Race weekend consists of first up qualifying, where you have to send your cars out for 3 laps, and when they come back in, you play like a little mini game. There are 3 aspects to improve to get the full potential out of the car. That's engine, chassis and handling. It's done via like an energy system. So you have a set amount of energy to use per pit stop, and then beside each aspect of the car, so between them 3, there's 2 choices and they're random. So it might say like 1 energy will give you between 0 and 2 points of upgrade, but if you go for 4 energy, you'll get between 2 and 10 points. Then when you pick one, you're given a random number between the 2 presented, so you've kind of got to decide if risking more energy is worth it, or should you just play it safe. If you get up to the max, you will go golden and get the best performance out of your car. You can also select your tyres between soft, intermediates and wet, and then of course you send your drivers out again and again to try and get the fastest lap. There is changeable weather, accidents and flags, so you do have to watch the track and monitor what's going on. The only negative I would say about qualifying is that you can send your car out as many times as you want on a new set of tyres, which means you can almost golden your car every time, and the minigame becomes a bit redundant and a bit boring. I think they should maybe limit the amount of tyres and how often you can go out, because I think that would lead to a better strategy, because like say you're on Monaco, you might just want to golden your handling and concentrate just on that, because you just spam your car in and out like 10-15 times a session. The race day, again, is a pretty tactical affair. You can choose between soft, medium and hard, which will obviously have different stats attached to them. Hard will go much further, soft won't go as far, but will be quicker. I think you should be allowed to choose these in qualification though, as you can't, because it'd be nice to check lap times and see what is quick and how much slower each tyre is. You can also select how your car drives, so you can go aggressive or normal or easy, which will obviously affect tyre wear, and there's also engine revs too, which will affect fuel load. You also have to think about pitting. It's actually a massive part in this game. There's tyre wear to think of, changeable weather conditions, so you're constantly looking at that wear, and the wear affects your lap times and how fast you're going, so you're really watching them lap times, sector times and opponent splits, which makes it really exciting, and picking when to come into the pits can really be the difference between winning or losing the race. You can even tell your drivers to hold station and not fight, which I thought was a nice feature. As this is set in the 70s, there's a lot of breakdowns and driver crashes, some which will lead to fatalities and broken bones, so keeping your car maintained and working is key. Races are over a full distance of laps, so pit stops again do play a very important part. I really thought race day in this was actually a lot of fun. Graphically, the game is obviously a bit on the basic side, but it works really well. You do have to use your imagination a little bit. It's presented great with a nice UI, with loads of little nice elements. Like when you win, you pop the champagne, which I thought was just a really cool feature. The weather effects over the track look fantastic and really set the mood. Sound-wise, it's not too bad, there isn't a lot there, and the music is very loopy and samey, and it does get a little bit annoying after a while. I did end up turning that off and just listening to my own music. So in conclusion, this smashes GT Manager all over. It's better in every way, apart from I would have liked to seen a bit more of a hub area, like with a test track and stuff like that. I think it would have been nice. It's well presented, it's exciting and fun. Mod support will add much needed longevity, and there's already mods out there, so I hope loads of people do make mods for it. Yeah, there's a couple of things that aren't great. Overall, it's a great package, worth a buy, definitely worth a wish list. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got to say on the subject. Catch you all later. Goodbye.